Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, welcome to 100.1 WJRZ. First off, let me say happy birthday this weekend to Brian Wilson. How you celebrating?
I'll be on tour. I'll celebrate it with a concert.
And what a year you've had. I mean, your 11th solo CD, no peer pressure, and you have some of your buddies there, Al Jardine, David Marks in the background. Tell me about that wonderful CD.
Yeah, well, that took us about a year to make, but we did it slowly. Al Jardine and Monty Chaplin sang on it with me. Al Jardine and I sang at the right time. We just had a great time.
And also, besides that, you're having a wonderful year with the new Love and Mercy movie, which is a huge success at the box office, getting wonderful reviews. It evokes some good and bad memories for you. Is there any part you didn't appreciate in the movie?
Well, I didn't like the Dr. Landy years, the 9 years in Malibu with Paul Giamatti. I thought he portrayed him so well that it scared me and brought back some bad memories for me.
And on the other side of the coin, how about the good memories?
Well, when I was producing records in my 20s, Paul Dano portrayed me very well, and he sang very much like I did. So he had a lot of practice.
And how about John Cusack?
John Cusack portrayed me with Elizabeth Banks, me and Melinda, very, very well. And he captured my sense of humor. Elizabeth Banks really captured Melinda's personality.
What do you think? Is it going to get an Oscar nod come February?
I think it might, yeah, it might.
Bob O'Brien, 100.1 WJRZ with Brian Wilson. And let's see, on the 29th of this month, you're going to be in Philadelphia at the Mann Center for the Performing Arts. And then the concert closest to us, July 1st, PNC Bank Arts Center. Now, for anybody, it's hard to fathom, but for anybody who may have never seen Brian Wilson in concert, what can they expect?
You'd expect me to be singing good, a lot of Beach Boy classic songs off my new album, and a guy named Rodriguez is going to open for me, so it should be quite a show.
We're giving away tickets for that wonderful concert all weekend long, so people will get a chance to be up close and personal to Brian Wilson that night, July 1st.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a thrill-packed set. We're going to do 90 minutes of music.
Are there any songs that people yell out that maybe you don't normally do, like maybe a flip side, like Please Let Me Wonder or something? If somebody yelled that out, would you be able to do it that night?
Yeah, probably so. We probably would, yeah.
We actually do that one, so that was a bad example.
Are there a lot of songs you don't normally do that you never do on stage?
There's a lot of songs we don't do.
I mean, the catalog's so big, the concert would have to be probably a day long.
That sounds okay to me. Let's do that. Let's do an all-day concert.
Oh, you can set it up for us, okay?
I'll work on that. It's Bob O'Brien, 100.1 WJRZ, talking with Melinda and Brian Wilson. And back in the 1960s, the Beach Boys and the Beatles had kind of a little rivalry going, each trying to top one another with each album. Brian, do you have a favorite Beatles song?
Well, my favorite Beatles song is a song called I Get By With a Little Help from My Friends, which Ringo sang, and John Lennon wrote it. It was really my favorite.
And getting back to your own group, is there a favorite Beach Boys song?
My favorite is God Only Knows.
On the flip side of Wouldn't It Be Nice? I bought that almost 50 years ago. That's wonderful. That's wonderful to know that's your favorite. Now, according to legend, your true favorite song of all time is Be My Baby by the Ronettes. Is that true?
That's true, yes.
Tell me about the influence of Phil Spector.
Well, I learned how to produce drums and guitars and pianos from him to make it a more exciting sound. I learned a lot.
There were girls' names like Rhonda, Wendy, Caroline, and Caroline No. Were any of them real people?
No, actually not. No, those were just fictitious names that I came up with.
We talked earlier and you said that God Only Knows is your favorite Beach Boys song of all time. Was Pet Sounds your proudest moment?
One of my proudest, yeah.
And how about Good Vibrations? I know at the time it was one of the most expensive recording sessions of all time. People never spent over 10 grand for a record back then, but I mean, that was really groundbreaking. Tell me about that.
Used 4 different studios to get 4 sections of it. So it was quite an expensive project.
Again, Bob O'Brien, 100.1 WJRZ with Brian and Melinda Wilson. And, you know, actors always want to direct. Now, you've done it all. Is there anything left on your bucket list? Anything else that you want to do that you haven't done?
Yeah, a tribute album. I want to make a tribute album. Brian Wilson sings the great rock and roll artists. Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Paul McCartney, you know, a tribute album.
And you've already done a lot of tribute songs over the years. Do You Want to Dance, the old Bobby Freeman song. You did Barbara Ann, the Regent song, a lot of Chuck Berry songs, like Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? You were very influenced by the doo-wop sound, weren't you?
The doo-wops taught me a lot about funkiness, like funky harmonies and funky melodies and stuff like that.
And of course, a big influence for you was the Four Freshmen.
I learned harmonies from them, and I learned to sing falsetto from them, too.
Are you already writing songs and planning out a 12th solo CD?
Well, not recently, but in a while I'm going to, yeah.
Thank you, Brian and Melinda Wilson. Again, this weekend, we're giving away Brian Wilson tickets for the PNC Bank Arts Center performance on July the 1st. Listen and win all weekend at 100.1 WJRZ.